Trump charges into Washington with a full head of steam. Trump gave an interesting and animated inauguration speech. The event was moved indoors, reportedly due to weather, but numerous reports indicated that security with the traditional outdoor venue was a major concern. Certainly, I hope with major changes at various federal agencies, Americans can anticipate that their president and the rest of us will be safe. Of particular note was his thank you to the large number of minorities who supported him in the election. He also previewed many of his promised executive orders. I cannot cover all of them here, but some of the biggies of the 100 or so from the first couple days. He halted 78 Biden-era executive actions. This was fully expected and is pure common sense, something lacking with Biden and his handlers. Withdraw from the Paris Climate Accord. This was a terrible deal, and Biden should never have reversed Trump's initial removal from this deal. China wants to be treated like a developing nation for this deal while trying to be big dogs on the international scene. Hey, they can't have it both ways. He pardoned about 1,500 people criminally charged in the January 6th Capitol protest while commuting the sentences for 6. This was fully expected and, of course, was made easier by the disgusting Biden pardons. He rescinded the 2021 Title IX order, which bans discrimination based on gender identity or sexual orientation in education programs that get federal funding. He declared a national emergency at the U.S.-Mexico border and designated drug cartels and Trendiagua and foreign terrorist organizations. He reversed Biden's recent removal of Cuba from the U.S. state-sponsored terrorism list. Cuba is rarely mentioned since it's such a failed communist economy, but it helps to keep it in mind. And I have no intention of visiting there until it switches from communism back to capitalism. And hopefully they get a sensible government at some time. He ordered federal employees back to work in the office 5 days a week and ordered a federal hiring freeze, including exceptions for posts related to national security, public safety, and the military. This is long overdue. I call for hiring standards, their pay, and importantly, benefits to be set that no federal employee gets a better deal than a private sector employee doing a similar job. End the weaponization of the government against the political adversaries of the previous administration. I'm okay with this, providing that the Comer Commission works on quickly and thoroughly investigating Joe Biden selling his VP position to America's enemies. The family members pardoned by Biden will not be able to invoke the Fifth Amendment. This should smooth things out and either put them in jail or make them testify. It's time to get to the bottom of this. It's been going on too long. He's talked about imposing 25% tariffs on products from Mexico and Canada as of February 1. This trashes his famed USMCA from his first term, U.S., Mexico, and Canada joint trade agreement. And I have some real concerns about whether this can be done without demoing the whole USMCA. So let's see what happens there. He reversed Biden's order requiring 50% of new cars sold in 2030 to be EVs. Hey, this was a no-brainer as most Americans already abandoned EVs. The Tesla and some of the other electric vehicles, people are very happy with them, but there's a limit to what they do and how people react to them. I don't think they're the ultimate solution, and I do favor getting away from gasoline-powered cars or diesel-powered vehicles, but I think we need something better. He proclaimed something that I think we all know from high school science. There are two biological sexes, male and female. Basic biology, folks, and the parents will be dancing at home as this will become mandatory in the out-of-touch public schools across America. End DEI within federal agencies. The private sector, as usual, is head of this with many recent announcements dumping DEI. This was discrimination, pure and simple, and it's a good idea to have true equal opportunity in hiring. He establishes the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, which of course has attracted a lot of attention under Elon Musk. Major crackdown on illegal aliens who commit crimes. This has been mostly the headline story under Tom Homan, who I have a great deal of confidence in. And again, They're not going to deport 10 million aliens. They're going after the 300,000, which is a ridiculous number of criminal aliens who are still in the United States. It's time to either lock them up or pack them out of here. Withdraws the U.S. from the global minimum tax agreement. Folks, I missed this one in 2021, but Biden and his crew got screwed again in international deals by agreeing to a minimum 15% cross-country tax, and somebody claimed that they were going to give America its fair share. Yeah, nonsense. He ordered the Attorney General to pursue the death penalty for the killing of law enforcement officer or any capital crime committed by an illegal immigrant. Hey, I'm a staunch supporter of the death penalty. We must switch our justice system to protect the public and especially the victims and their families. He withdraws the U.S. from the World Health Organization. This makes sense given the U.S.'s disproportionate financial support of an agency that often looks very anti-American. He revoked the security clearance for ex-National Security Advisor John Bolton. I think that's kind of personal. And 51 intelligence officials who said Hunter Biden's laptop bore classic earmarks of Russian disinformation. This is the old payback is hell situation, and well earned by the clowns he listed. This one I don't really care about. He says he renamed the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. Yeah, but on Alaska's Mount Denali, no, it was never Mount Denali. It's been Mount McKinley since Alaska became part of the United States. It is Denali National Park, and Mount McKinley sits in it, and I certainly agree with that designation. It's the one that I understand as a longtime American.